To follow the steps in this tutorial, you will need to have your gun soldered to Dean's, and you will need to have some basic soldering knowledge. Here's a diagram I've put together to show you what we'll be doing. Refer to this diagram anytime you get stuck in the tutorial. You will be given both of these in the pack, but we will only be using the one on the left, as this will give us a more efficient setup. To start off, we need to remove the heat shrink from the wires that are soldered on to the trigger contacts. To do this, just get a small knife and slit it down the middle, but be careful not to go into the wires themselves. Now clamp one wire and the trigger block in your third hand device. Now we need to desolder both wires connected to the trigger contacts. To do this, heat up the solder until it's melted and then pull on the wire so it's disconnected. Now we have both wires disconnected from the trigger contacts, we need to clamp in one of the new wires that we're going to solder in. Now solder the wire in place. Now clamp the next wire in place. And now solder that wire in place. You may not even need to use any more solder. You can use the solder from before that you melted. Put some heat shrink over the wires you've just soldered. Then heat it up and it will shrink. It's a good idea to put some electrical tape over each wire individually to ensure they don't touch each other, and that will cause a short. If you haven't got any heat shrink, electrical tape can be used in its place. Now we need to solder the wires we've just desoldered to connect them to Dean's. Make sure it's red to red and black to black. The end result of this will be the black wire and the red wire going from the motor will go straight to Dean's. This will plug into the MOSFET. Slide your heat shrink over the end and do as you did before. Again, electrical tape can be used instead. This is where the two trigger contact wires will plug into. Like so. This is what your final product will look like. To protect your MOSFET, I suggest putting a fuse between the MOSFET and the motor. If this video did help, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It would be very much appreciated. If you've got any more questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll reply as soon as possible. Thanks.